do it.
Where are we going?
Walking to the garage. We're going to do our photo shoot with all the girls and me and Gabe. This is going to be stuff of legend. We've got Elle, makes pretty photography. And we've got Jessica Will, contortionist extraordinaire with her snake Gabriel. And we've got the Holly doll.
The Holly doll. Let's see him.
Capital ink tattoo. And we've got Sammy Janice, star in the rise. Hey there, DJ Jaye here from Afternoon Indie on V103 Rock, getting ready to do my amazing, astounding, epic photo shoot with these lovely ladies here. We've got LJ Photography, Lauren right there, Holly Doll, hello, Capital Ink Tattoo, and Jessica Will, contortionist extraordinaire.
And Gabe.
And Gabe, going to be in the photo as well. So we'll start off with Lauren. Why don't you give us a little background on what you do and what we're doing here?
I take pictures.
How did you get into it?
How did I get into it? Okay, so I started out a long, long time ago doing nightlife photography for like hardcore bands. I shot like the hardcore venues basically, so I take pictures of scene kids.
Scene kids.
Basically. And then I moved up to the country and there aren't scene kids in the country. So I started doing weddings and portraits and whatever, and as soon as I realized that that is not my destiny and I actually really like things that are colorful and fun and bold and a little bit edgy, and sometimes nipples are fun also, I photograph those now. So my primary thing is drummers and musicians, music industry, edgier stuff. That's my thing.
All right.
I take pictures.
Sweet.
Pretty awesome.
I make pretty.
Makes it pretty. And then next up we've got Miss Holly Doll.
Hello.
Half of the owner of Capital Ink Tattoo in Old Sacramento. You've actually been on our show a couple of times.
I have, yeah.
We broadcasted live from your studio.
From our studio, having fun, Capital Ink Tattoo.
Yeah, give them a little background on how that started and any specials you've got coming up.
Well, you know, our owner, Irish Cash, that's my other half, my guy. We have a bunch of things coming up for summer. We're going to have a bunch of guest artists, a bunch of specials. We're going to be pumping out a bunch of new awesome tattoos. We're going to be doing the
V103 Rock Fest. Come on out and see them.
Oh, you guys are going to be...
why we're doing this photo shoot.
Yep, we will definitely be there. So you can come out, say hi. We'll have beautiful models.
Get people schedule appointments.
And get people schedule appointments.
All right.
And then, of course, last but not least, Miss Jessica Will. She's an awesome contortionist. I actually met her. She was dancing for white minorities at their Christmas.
White minorities.
And which I found, the reason she compelled me so is because if you don't know white minorities, it's absolute just metal mania. And I could tell Jessica here did not know their music whatsoever, but she kept the beat, she figured it out, and she was coming up with these dance moves. I was absolutely impressed. Had to get to know a little bit more of her. So give us a background on how you got started with dancing.
Well, when I could barely walk and talk, I just decided that I wanted to dance, and I told my parents to put me in a dance studio, but I was too young. I was literally like a year and a half old. So they tried. I'd asked every day to put me in ballet class, and they said, no, you're too young, and I wouldn't shut up. So they finally took me to a dance studio when I was 2, and they were like, yeah, she's too young. They sent me home, I cried, and then I asked every day, and finally, like right before I turned 3, I kept asking, and they brought me back in there, and the owner of the dance studio was like, all right, if she can handle it in the 3-year-old class, then we'll let her stay, you know, since she wants to be here so bad. And I did it, and I handled it, and I've been dancing ever since then. It's just been, I've never gotten tired of it, so, you know. And then I was in a show in New York last year, an off-Broadway show called Fati. And that's when I met my first contortionist, and I saw my first live contortionist performance, because we had one in our show. And it was pretty much the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. And that's how I got interested and obsessed with the whole contortion art form and circus and everything. And she just opened my eyes to this whole new world, and decided I wanted to be a contortionist last year. And moved back to Sacramento, and now I train in the Bay Area, and I got a snake.
You know, how did you come up with the idea to incorporate a snake in your performance?
I had a dream, because there's a lot of contortionists that act like they're snakes because we can move in weird ways like that, or they have fake snakes on them, but I've never really seen it where a contortionist has a real snake, but it just made sense to me. And I've never owned a snake, never really been into snakes before, and the next day I went to the Serpentarium, and he was actually a rescue, and he wasn't treated very well. You could tell that he wasn't really into people or anything, and him and I have just been bonding every day since then, and we've had 6 shows now together, all the way from the Bay Area to New York, and we're still going. So this is my kid.
That is way too awesome.
Thanks.
So I can't tell you how excited I am to do a photo shoot with these 3 ladies. Now you've got a little bit about them, and then so we're gonna head to the photo shoot and let's make some magic.
Boom. Yay!